Hello, all of my Viking friends. I just spent an entire day at Pirate Fest and I was tired, so I didn't get all of the video uploaded yesterday like I should have. My editor and Jarl decided that today would be a good day to plug in some things and make the video amazing and, well, watchable and entertaining. I thought it was entertaining enough, but anyway, apparently we're going to make it even more entertaining by adding some herring into it. Now, I've talked a little bit about pickled herring in the past. I decided to pick this up at the local grocery store just a couple of days ago. This is a new brand that I have not tried yet. It's creamed herring. I have never tried creamed herring before, so I wanted to try it out, and I ended up with a cucumber out of the garden, so that looks amazing. And I'm also, for our carnivore friends, because I love you guys, we're going to throw it on some ham too, just to see where we're at in the entire span of life. But anyway, so I've heard of some crazy recipes from all of my friends. For example, one person that I know throws it on a cracker, throws pickled herring, peanut butter, and jelly, and cheese. I didn't think that sounded good, but apparently he loves it that way. Other people like to put some lingonberry on it. Some people like cloudberry on it. Some people like it just straight on a cracker or lefse. Lefse is flatbread for everybody who doesn't know what lefse is. I've been trying to make lefse for this entire time, but a keto version of lefse is very, very difficult. So it's to come. And then carnivore lefse, ooh, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait on that. But anyway, so that's what I'll be trying. Pirate Fest was amazing, so watch some clips here as we go. Today on the Ketoing Viking, we are going to walk around the Pirate Fest, and we're going to have fun. The Vikings were the original pirates, believe it or not, so stay tuned. All right, so I wanted to talk to you. This is my 110th day on carnivore. Now, I've been going back and forth with the strict, with not so strict, with just basic carnivore. I did the lion diet for a week, kind of fell off of it in the second week. I had some bacon. Coffee was my enemy at that point in time because I love coffee, straight black. I love it with cream, heavy cream, and every once in a while I like it sweetened with stevia. So there is my crux right there. But in the meantime, I have been doing splendid. I was going to show you my results on my stomach, but I'm going to tell you what, it hasn't firmed up anymore. However, I was able to crank out an hour and a half at the gym today. So something's happening with this whole thing. I don't know. And I'm in slimmer pants. So it was funny because for the last 3 days I've been wearing pants that have been literally falling off of me. And so that's really super exciting. So I also wanted to talk to you today a little about what I mean by dirty, by lazy, by whole foods, and then put that in the umbrella of the low carb, ketogenic, carnivore, ketovore lifestyle as I know and understand it to this day. Under the umbrella there, we're going to slap low carb on it. Low carb is the word where we reduce our carbohydrates in full, in total. What is a carbohydrate? Simply put, a carbohydrate is a form of sugar that converts into glucose in the bloodstream. It raises our insulin levels and it tells our body to stop burning the fat. Let's burn carbs. So let's slap on the low carb way of eating under the umbrella. The low carb way of eating is just reducing the carbs. We're reducing the sugars out of the bloodstream, give the insulin a rest, and make sure that the insulin, when it goes down, it can tell the body to start burning the fat, start burning the fat stores. We're going to take the fat, we're going to put it in the bloodstream again, shove it in the mitochondria know what to do with it. Plain and simple. Let's talk about the ketogenic diet. So, dirty is when you incorporate processed foods. Things like packages of stuff, various processed ingredients. So if you pick up an item and it has more than 2 or 3 ingredients in it, and it has all those mystery ingredients, that would be considered dirty. Now there's a plethora of dirty items at the grocery store. Those items might spread low carb, might spread Atkins, might spread ketogenic all over their packaging. That's dirty. And is it considered ketogenic? Not really. It is really not considered low carb ketogenic, but if you're transitioning or trying to get off, or you're having a cheat day, or you're out and about and you just need something, there you go. You can go dirty. Let's talk about lazy. I'm going to throw that in because you could be dirty and lazy at the same time. Lazy is the word that we're going to throw into the whole mix, meaning it's easy to make, easy to throw together, and easy to eat. I, on this channel, love to throw together lazy food. On the flip side, you're going to make the complex, the tasteful, the food that has multiple steps to make. Those are the things that you make on a day off in the evening when it's nice and cool outside, so you can have the oven on. You throw it into a casserole dish or some kind of big large dish, and you can store it in the fridge and take chunks out as you need it and just microwave it, and then it becomes lazy. The ketogenic diet is when you bring down the carbohydrates even lower than low carb. So you're going to bring them down to about 30 to 35 grams of carbs per day, carbohydrates. What you're going to do is you're going to look on every single bottle. Every single bottle has a nutrition label. The nutrition label, you come down, you go to total carbohydrates. And then you read total carbohydrates for the herring, believe it or not, is 10 grams. You look at the serving size is 1/4 of a cup. We're not going to eat 1/4 of a cup. I guarantee you that. So you're going to just kind of do your simple math. You can ask the smart device in your home or the Googler device in your home, whatever device you have in your home. You can ask how many tablespoons are in 1/4 of a cup. Anyway, so there you go. And that will give you the total grams. Then you take those grams and you add them up for the day. Keep them under 35 and you'll be good. Whatever it takes to get into ketosis. Ketosis is basically your body's conversion from carbohydrate burning to fat burning. And you want to be in fat burning. It's a complex process, but that's the simple how-to of it. Okay, so then we've got the ketovore. I didn't coin the ketovore term. Don't know exactly where it came from, but I do know that I learned it from Dr. Barry. He's an awesome guy. He's amazing. Check his videos out if you haven't already. So the ketovore diet is basically where you drop the carbohydrates even lower. So basically, you're eating the majority meat and fat, and then you kind of slim off the vegetables. So you're going to eat just a little bit of berries, a little bit of nuts, a little bit of fruit and vegetables, and that's about it. That's all you got on the top. But the bulk of your meals are meat and dairy, if you choose to eat dairy. Then we have carnivore. Carnivore is a different kind of beast. What this is we are going to remove all of the nuts, all of the seeds, all of the vegetables, all of the plants out of the diet. And we are primarily focused on meat and dairy and other meat products like eggs and yogurt and brie and all that kind of stuff. That kind of diet is a stricter diet, but what it does is it drops the insulin down. And there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that it reverses insulin resistance, which is amazing considering that insulin and insulin resistance causes a lot of ailments and inflammation. Now, in between all of that is the Viking diet. The Viking diet adds a lot of fish. There's a lot of history with the Vikings. The Vikings lived around 940-ish AD to about 1100 AD, give or take a few years here and there. Today, we are going to convert their simple diet of farm animals, a little bit of farm produce, and fish and game into what I call the modern Viking diet. The Viking diet is kind of a mix between the carnivore and the ketovore, kind of in the middle of that diet. The modern Viking diet, I'm going to make very, very easy and very, very simple for you because this is pretty much what I go to pretty much all the time. So fish, lots of fish. So you can have tuna, you can have swordfish, you can have shellfish, you can have mussels, clams, scallops, you can have lobster, you could have crayfish, you could have that all day long. You also want to incorporate really, really fatty fish, your herring, your salmon, and other really cold water fatty fish. So your cheeses, for instance, you want to incorporate goat cheese or geitost. In Norwegian, goat is geit, and ost is cheese, geitost. You can also have a lot of eggs. Now, here's the caveat. You need eggs from pasture-raised chickens. Do not have eggs from your typical farm-fed vegan chickens. There are no such thing as vegan chickens. Chickens eat all sorts of things, grubs and worms and crickets and stuff. So the fact that people put wheat inside and corn inside of a chicken coop and say, eat this, lay an egg, those eggs aren't that healthy for you. Just so you know. So Vikings also farmed, so they had pig, but you want to find a pig with uncured meat. Here in America, we cure bacon with a chemical. And the chemical's a salt, but it's a nitrate salt. And that nitrate salt is very, very unhealthy for you. And there has been links to colon cancer. Take that as a serious warning. So you want uncured bacon, or better yet, you want a pig from a reputable farm. Let's talk about chickens. You want chickens without the hormones and the antibiotics, but there's a whole issue about that we'll cover in another video. And then let's talk about cows. The Vikings also ate cows as well because they raised cows, but it was more of the aurochs. The aurochs are now an extinct species. The Vikings would plant barley and oats, and they would plant things like cucumbers, and they would plant rutabagas and turnips and horseradish, and then they would plant herbs like parsley and dill and mustard seed. They would also forage as well for cloudberry, strawberries, blueberries. So they would scavenge in lingonberries. Lingonberries are very, very popular there. So what is the modern Viking diet? What does it look like? Basically what it is about 70 to 80% of your diet is going to be made out of protein or heavy fat proteins with fat. So the Vikings also ate a lot of fat, especially during the winter. And then about 15 to 20% of your diet is going to consist of herbs and a little bit of vegetables and everything else. So let's say you want a little bit of lingonberry on your herring. Then you could put a little bit of lingonberry on your herring. If you want a little bit of honey, you could put a little bit of honey, in your tea or your coffee. If you want a little bit of meat, you could have a little bit of meat. But it's not going to be the bulk of your diet. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, or if you're trying to get off of medication, or you're trying to get healthy all around, you probably want to go into the carnivore aspect or the ketovore aspect and stay there until your body reduces its inflammation, you get healthy, and then you can go back into the Viking style diet. We're going to actually go into the next realm, which is strict carnivore. So the carnivore diet, like I said before, is meat, dairy, and eggs. 99.9% of your diet will consist of those three things. The 0.1% or even less will be your coffee or tea, if you choose to do it, or your little additives on top. Let's say you want to throw in some pepper with your salt or have onions with your liver. That is your choice. That is completely up to you. Speaking about all that, let's try the herring in cream sauce. So this is a fresh cucumber out of the garden. When I was in Norway, the best breakfast I had ever had was a little bit of toast and a little bit of cucumber and what was it? It was cheese, and then you put basically a shrimp sauce over it. It was really good. That was obviously a long time ago. All right. Now, of course, this isn't sponsored, but shout out to the people who made this. I'm gonna actually get a piece of herring here. All right. So let me warn everybody before they start going out and buying pickled herring. Pickled herring is a flavor that is hard to get used to if you haven't been used to it before. But once you start eating it, it is actually really delicious. So, herring and cream sauce. Okay. So the herring and cream sauce, it's a creamier version of the pickled herring. Pickled herring, I think, is more of a stark fish pickled flavor. It's hard to explain. This is creamy, like um, clam chowder. That's what it reminds me of. It has a distinct flavor, and it's really akin to clam chowder, and the really good clam chowder too. This would be really good with bacon. Speaking about bacon, so here's for the carnivores right here. So let me put some ham here. This is really good. I did not expect creamed herring to be as good as pickled herring. Actually, I think I prefer it. Okay, let's try it that way here. Okay. And if I spill all over me, well, oh well. Oh boy, this is going to be a mess. Hold on. Hold on. Typical Viking, always making a mess. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay, I could see where the sweetness would come in. In fact, your toast would be very good on this ham. So the sweetness brings out, well, it's salty, but then the ham is sweet. So you have the salty and the sweet, and they kind of merge together. And I would think that having a little bit of creamed herring on some ham with some yay toast and or Havarti. Havarti would be good too. Or provolone. Um, yeah, that would be really. Oh wow. See, I didn't have any Havarti sliced up today. Um, but anyway, yeah. So this is also good for you because it is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So natural and anti-inflammatory. So if you're ever needing a quick snack, this is the way to go. Even better the second time. Yes, definitely. Okay, well there you have it. Well, there you have it, folks. Now we have not pickled herring, but herring in cream sauce, which is actually a lot better tasting than pickled herring. I would eat that on a regular basis. Absolutely my new go-to for a quick snack. Anyway, I don't know who else is going to eat this cucumber since I'm 110 days in to the carnivore diet. I hope you enjoyed the Pirate Fest videos. And also, I wanted to say, if you have a young sprat who's just about 13 and a half, throw them into Sea Scouts. They'll make a shipborne captain out of them someday. Well, there you have it. And I will catch you on the next video. Skål. So today I'm going to talk to you. No.